Welcome and thank you for attending our event today. My name is Daryl Duncan. I'm President and CEO of Mon Health System. And as I tell everybody I meet, I got the best job in the state of West Virginia. I love working at Mon Health System. Today, we are celebrating 2 milestone achievements. We are opening a new outpatient endoscopy center that will feature 14 all private pre- and post-procedure rooms, 4 dedicated procedure rooms, and the latest technology available today. When we conclude this presentation, we hope you will take time to tour this new center and see for yourself why we are so excited and proud about this new offering for our patients. Patients will experience a private, quiet environment with professional staff dedicated to a single service, endoscopy. We anticipate this new space will not only make us more efficient, but the patient experience will be enhanced through reduced wait times and shorter overall hospital stays. Today we are also taking a moment to recognize our talented and dedicated staff through the receipt of the Healthgrade's 2012 Outstanding Patient Experience Award. Mon General's staff are the only ones in West Virginia to earn this award. It is gratifying to know that our patients have personally ranked us among the top hospitals in the United States. It is Mon General's committed and caring staff, your neighbors, family, and friends, that ensures our patients and their families have a comfortable, safe, and healing experience with us. This award recognizes we do that better than any hospital in West Virginia and even most in the country. As CEO, I read each and every survey comment our patients provide regarding their care that they receive here at Mon General. These comments range from the lighthearted and funny to the serious and heartwarming. Overwhelmingly, they focus on the people that provided their care, often mentioning them by name and telling me how they felt so comfortable knowing they were here and that we cared. As a parent, we yearn for the day when our children will say thank you. And we know that may take some time for that to happen. As a caregiver, a nurse, a therapist, a technologist, or even a housekeeper, that same feeling is achieved when the patient says thank you. Thank you for the great care. Thank you for making me feel safe when I was vulnerable. Thank you for the compassion and expertise that you demonstrated every day. With this recognition, our patients are collectively saying thank you to each staff member at Mon General. We have a few special people here I would like to recognize today, and a few that we've also asked to make some comments. First, we have a few patients with us today that have been testimonials in many of our ads, and you probably will recognize their names. If you could raise your hand. Bob Tichenall is here from Bridgeport. There's Bob. Roger Diaz from Clarksburg. I think Roger's been on TV more than some of the newscasts. And Sandra Gumbas from Clarksburg is also here. Also, we have our health system chairman, Glenn Adrian, our Department of Surgery chief, and one of our anesthesiologists, Robert Valenzuela, our former chief of staff, and one of our general surgeons, Dr. Bill Burns. And finally, Mr. Jeff Wusso is here from Healthgrades, who is to present the 2012 Outstanding Experience Award. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Glenn Adrian, our chairman of the Mon Health System.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's absolutely a privilege and an honor to be here on 2 fronts. It's kind of ironic that today we're recognizing 2 distinctly different type of recognitions, but both have a common theme, and that common theme has to do with patient excellence. From a board perspective, we're very proud of the accomplishments on both fronts. In particular, the strategic initiatives that we undertook many years ago with the expansion of the tower that we are conducting this ceremony in, which provided us with an opportunity to do projects such as the new endoscopy suite that you'll have a chance to tour today. that again was all put in place as part of the strategic initiatives that centered around patient care. The experience that our patients have had and will continue to have, because it is first and foremost in every strategic initiative that your board undertakes and reviews as part of the initiatives into not only the next 3 to 5 years, but far into the future. The new capital campaign that we've embarked upon, which is the Commitment Continues, deals with these different aspects as it relates to the patient experience within the hospital. And having a separate suite for the endoscopy services here at the hospital will provide many advantages. First and foremost, anybody needing those services will be able to go into the endoscopy suite, be admitted, be prepped, be taken care of, and be discharged without having to leave that area. We've also accomplished that within our new orthopedic center, and we're going to continue to improve by the expansion and renovation of our cardiac lab that we have, which is undergoing as we speak. So from all these services that are being done with the patient experience in mind. And then lo and behold, today, how proud we are as a community, and especially as a hospital, and into the staff here at Mon General Hospital, to be receiving this Patient Experience Award and being the only hospital in the state to receive. And there is nothing more important. There's nothing more important from a hospital's perspective than the experience that our patients receive when they come here. I would imagine to say that the vast majority of us in this room can speak to having had a patient experience here in this hospital. I've had several. I've had both my sons born, my grandson born here. I've had procedures, my wife's had procedures, and the list goes on. And I can tell you, bar none, the experience has never been anything but excellent. And I would venture to say that it had nothing to do with the fact of volunteering here at the hospital, of being on any of the boards. It's just the fact that I believe that's just the way it is. That's the way our staff has been trained. That's the way they believe in providing services to anybody that walks through the doors. From whether it's from Mon County, Marion County, Harrison County, Greene County, it just doesn't matter. It's the face, it's not who the person is. And so today, on behalf of all the board members, I want to heartfelt congratulations to all of you for this award and how proud we are to be a part of this hospital. Thank you all very much.
I have to say, I have 22 board members, and they're all as articulate as Glenn. They're all as tied in as to what we're doing here, and they're all driving this high-quality patient experience philosophy as much as any board in the country. So I'm very proud to work with these folks, and thank you very much for all that you do. They do this on their own time because they're committed to this community and to this hospital. So we are very proud to have them for their leadership that they provide to this organization. I'd also like to bring up our Chief of Surgery, Dr. Robert Valenzuela, to say a few words. Robert?
Thanks, Jim. I just wanted to reiterate exactly what Mr. Adrian said. And, you know, our mission here isn't real complex. It's just serving our community. And the Endo Center is an additional step that brings us closer to providing the care that our community deserves. It's an important, safe, streamlined delivery system that is going to maximize patient comfort, access, minimize the impact on patients' daily living. Now, providing these surgical services relies on a wide variety of individuals. People who care about the people in their community, people who work together, people who want to make a difference. Not only people who are directly involved in patient care, but people who clean the floors, people who order the supplies, people who build our new areas, our volunteers, people who repair and clean our equipment, our educators, our security guards, and our administrators. It takes all of these people together to provide the level of service that our community deserves and to achieve these awards that we receive. The Endo Center will hopefully be another integral part of our attempt at serving you. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Robert. I'd also like to ask Dr. Bill Burns. Bill's one of our busiest general surgeons, one of our busiest endoscopists. He's with the High School King Burns and Tallman group and is a native of the area. And, Bill's just a great guy to work with. Was chief of staff when I first started here.
I already said I would talk. You know?
There's an extra $5 in it.
Thanks. Well, good morning. Things have really changed around here a lot. I'm going to tell you guys a little story. The other guys are going to talk about everything else, but I'm going to tell you what it was like. I've been here 15 years now, believe it or not. And when I walked in the door in July, I think it was the 21st, 1997, I was new. There was a lot of doctors here that hadn't been a lot of turnover. A few of the older fellows were around. I said, where do we do endoscopy? They go, well, we don't do very much endoscopy. I said, where do we do it? You got 2 gastroenterologists. So they took me into the room. One room was about as big as a closet. We were doing endoscopy on an exam table that they use, and not to be too explicit, but basically it was an old GYN table that they used to do pelvic exams and such on. Didn't move, didn't change. It was rickety. It rocked a little bit when you tried to move. The scopes that we had, some of them were on a TV screen, but it was a TV screen from 1950, barely color. Some of the scopes you still look through the eyepiece, which I was really upset about that because I didn't really like that. This is the way we do it. I said, where's the other endoscopy place? Because Dr. O'Keefe's doing these. So I go over to what is now the new endo center. I walk into another closet, exactly the same, has scopes hanging on a wall. They're trying to wash scopes in a sink, and you're hitting your behind when you walked around with a TV monitor on top of a box. I was like, this isn't going to go. So at that point, they said, well, we don't do a whole lot of colonoscopies. And thank goodness for Katie Couric, because she's made this all come about with her famous colonoscopy to really bring something to light that's very important. Screening for colonoscopies and for colon cancer works. It's one of the few things preventative medicine that truly does keep people to live longer, reduces their disease. And they come through with some pretty easy procedures as compared to some of the bigger operations we have to do for colon cancer. So it's a good thing. Upper endoscopy helps. The whole advent of what's called ERCP, or looking into the bile ducts for gallstones and tumors, and to do minimally invasive things that when I started residency 20 years ago were just unheard of. We used to have to make big, huge incisions. There was very little we could get out through the scopes. There was very little we could do for people, and they stayed in the hospital for long periods of time. So I've seen a lot of change. We've gone through a lot of transition points. We even didn't have private rooms for the patients when they came in. They were in a hallway back there with screens between them, before they started. Afterwards, it was awful. We progressed. Thanks to the administration and all the changes we all can see. We have a beautiful, wonderful facility, but we're still keep going. And Daryl, Mr. Duncan, and the board, Mr. Adrian, have done a fine job of putting us into a great strategic position to be the leader in healthcare, not only in this area, but in the state. So at this point, we have shiny new monitors. You don't have to look through a scope. I even have beds that I can make go up and down. We have wonderful anesthesia services so people don't feel a thing. They come in, they go out, and the whole process is private. Just like the rooms upstairs, just like everything that we want in life. And it's a testament to these guys and the rest of our board members that they start the ball rolling. Then it takes the people that we have that run these processes on a daily basis, our managers, our staff, everybody else that runs a hospital, like Dr. Valenzuela said. The doctors are here. We're just the benefactors of all of it. The patients are the benefactors of all of it. So I want to thank you guys for what you're doing for us. I want you all to look at this beautiful endoscopy center. It is state-of-the-art. They didn't spare any expenses, which is good. It's going to be a nice facility, and it's going to make all of our lives in this area more efficient. And hopefully we can keep everybody healthier. All right? Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Bill. Now I'd like to introduce Mr. Jeff Wusso from Health Grades to give the presentation of the award.
Just a little bit of background on Health Grades. Health Grades is the nation's most trusted independent evaluator of physician and hospital quality information, and it can all be found on healthgrades.com. Something I like to point out is that no hospital can opt in or opt out. We evaluate everyone that we can get data on. It takes effort from everyone within the organization to achieve something like this. It's a very special award, and I'm very happy to present that. So again, my congratulations to you, to the entire organization, and everyone on staff here. That Mon General is a recipient of the 2012 Health Grades Outstanding Patient Experience Award. And a couple little things to add to that. Again, ranked among the top 5% in the nation for outstanding patient experience, and the only hospital in West Virginia to receive this award. So congratulations.
This is the only hospital in West Virginia to receive Health Grades 2012 Outstanding Patient Experience Award. I just want to say one more time to all the staff that work here, to our physicians, to our volunteers, and to our board members, thank you for all you do. We can make a nice shiny building and state-of-the-art equipment and all those kinds of things, but it really takes people caring for people to produce a quality environment, a safe environment, and a private environment, and that's what we've tried to do here. So thank you very much for all that you do, and congratulations, you've been finally recognized for being the top in the country for what you do. For those of you who are around, if you have a few minutes, we'd love to show you the new Endoscopy Center. We're going to be offering tours most of the afternoon, so I hope you take advantage of that. It's about the only time you're going to be able to go in there standing up. So I would offer that to you. Thank you very much for being here today. Appreciate it.
My name is Andy Zemmel. I'm the sales representative for Siemens Medical. I sold the system here to Mon General. This is our top-of-the-line fluoroscopy unit. It is completely functional at the hand grip, so you're going to be able to move the table, and you're going to be able to take your exposures. You're going to be able to move the patient in angulation. When you do take your exposures or do live fluoro, the image will appear on this left monitor. The right monitor is for your scoping. And they'll be able to take a look at that, and you can see it on the screen there if you want to take a look. So they'll be able to see the scoping mechanism as well as the radiology fluoro end of it. This is where the anesthesiologist will sit. And this is the lowest dose piece of fluoro equipment on the market, and it's the most comfortable for the patient to lay. It also has a bariatric weight on it that is sufficient for bariatric patients, as well as pediatric programs, so it's very low dose for pediatric. So it's the top of the line system. Mon General did a great job.